Hello, this is Dr. Wendy Rowley of the Wonder of Human Design YouTube channel and the playlist series, How to Align to the Christ in the Coming New Death Bardo. Let's see what comes through in this last video of this 12-part series. Oh, good day to you, dearest beings of light. It is Alienia of Cosmic Service, Pleiadian Mother of Sound. Peace be with you, peace be with you, and peace be with you. Okay. The last episode was very, very, very far out and very, very beautiful and very, very mind expanding. And a new mythology, maybe to describe energy. And maybe you'll look at it differently 100 years from now. But for right now, it's a good way to describe things. In this final episode, we would like to bring forward an understanding on between now and 2028, what will change and what you can expect. As we said, that divine feminine energy, that is the increase at the heart level, that is where a lot of these changes are taking place, and a lot of changes for women, those who incarnate in women's bodies during certain periods of their time on Earth, and those who also are in transition between lifetimes of being a man and a woman, because there is a transition zone, but that zone is going to get shorter and shorter. And this is why maybe there's so much trying to recognize something that is not quite on one side and not quite on the other, because of the divine feminine coming through that change band where that happens. And that change band is going to be shortened and changed off. And that kind of a consciousness friction of feeling we don't know who we are will change. Just for those who are feeling that, we wanted you to have that understanding. It's just a temporary period of evolution and it will change. And it won't be like that again. So for the understanding of this one feels like she has to remember what we were saying. Just give her a moment. Happens sometimes. So for the understanding of what's coming, in the latter part of 2025, we said there's up at the noosphere, the old divine blueprint is going off, and a new one's coming on. And there's some little interim preparations going on and some things that'll happen in the Great Global Healing Party. And that's this one's work. Other people will be doing other things. And in 2026, there is a bit of a more benevolent flavor. It's the last year of healing the human consciousness grid, and it is not as heavy. It's also not as heavy because more of that divine intelligence, of that divine feminine flavor that is so beautiful and warm. Some people call it Mother Mary energy. It's that flavor that feels like home and mother and sweetness and understanding and compassion is the best way to describe it. It's not just a female energy, it's a divine feminine energy. It's not just a woman's energy, it's a divine feminine energy in men and women. And that is coming down into the blue-green healing layer next year. So that will contribute to a greater feeling of benevolence, a little bit of a lessening of feeling everything so stressful. And as you move through 2026, there will be changes up in the noosphere to prepare for the evolutionary pre-steps of 2027. And those changes will be further integration of the Christ healing force, the Gaia force, and the new divine intelligence creative force. And those will be going into deeper layers and being upgraded at the 3 spirit bodies that you all co-create in, higher self, group spirit bodies, on the human consciousness grid, the interim Christ grid, and the greater field where all souls come in their near perfection and come into the planet and plug into the system. And those will be getting upgrades over 2026, those pathways. So 2027 is, as we've said before, it started to percolate in, it's about pre-evolutionary upgrades. And to this one's surprise, we told her the Great Global Healing Party was 3 years. there is another series of great global healing parties for that year, 5 of them, as there have been, as it's unfolded and she has learned, because it's a real-time creation, so it shifts and evolves. And those will be evolutionary pre-setups, and it won't be healing. And she's just going to start keeping the Great Global Healing Party website, but she's going to start putting the Great Global Evolutionary Party for each of 2027's events. That's her work. On the greater level, you all will be getting upgrades of the new Christ forces through the Christ consciousness pathways of upgrades as you prepare at the creational level to release those creational levels and bring the Christ into the Death Bardo in 2027, 2028, and 2029. No, sorry, 2028, 29, and 2030. So that is kind of what will happen over the next couple of years until you get to the actual Christ switch over into the new Christ Death Bardo, which has never been in there before. So these upgrades and these evolutionary changes at the noosphere all the way down into now the blue-green level will cause a couple of things in people. In 2026, there'll be more feelings like you have to be really concerned about your body, because it is the body level of the inner Taurus and the spirit body. White gold consciousness healing layer is the soul cell layer of that. And that was described earlier in this series at the beginning. And so there might be more concern about your body, wanting to treat it better, wanting to do more things to align to health and your body. And we ask you to not go into the fear of the body, because it's an illusion that'll be shifting out. For we said the Great Global Healing Party in 2026, the last year of that, is about healing things between men and women. But it is also about healing things between the divine feminine and the universal life. Both of those things. So the past lives that you've had where you created as a man in wars and killings and were killed will be kind of active on why it's being released. So we ask you, take good care of your body, make sure it is okay, do your due diligence, but don't go into that fear level about it. Stay in the positive level. In other words, you can go out and act out in a riot, or you can go and pray and intend to the Creator for greater benevolence in the asking. It's kind of like that. So the other thing that'll go on in 2026 that some people might feel is there's almost like a feeling that you're getting untethered. Like you're getting untethered in feeling like you're solid on the earth. And that's part of the shift too. And that'll end by the end of 2026, based on what's going on up at the noosphere. So in 2027, with the evolutionary pre-changes, it'll feel like you're getting connected up to higher things. And it'll almost feel like your crown chakra is getting taller and taller and taller. Because it is, within your inner Taurus and your higher self, as this evolution of pre-setups goes on in 2027. And the Great Global Healing Party will have some things that'll help with that if you're having a hard time. And that's what we have to say about that. Not to be a salesman, but that's the truth of it. So in 2027 is like you step into a whole new energy. And 2028 is the feeling like we are entering a new phase. Something new is happening. And that'll go on for a 3-year period, because it is, and it is happening, and it is new, and it is a new creation that's never been here before. So we're only going to take you up that far, because that's pretty far. That's like full 5 years ahead. But we wanted this understanding for those who are working their path, doing their work, meditators, healers, shamans, or everyday people who go to group events where they're heart aligning and attuning, to just let them know that this is another flavor that will be going on in the background. And we encourage you to keep your alignments, your attunements, and your intentions to the greater good of all through divine intelligence and grace, to the new divine intelligence creation force, and to my soul in the new connections and new evolution and creations happening. As we explained throughout this video, 3 simple intentions. And that's all it takes. For as you move into new energy and you evolve, things actually become simpler and more elegant, as this one has discovered. All that minutia she learned before comes down to a bunch of simple things. And that's the way of it. The inner torus has got a lot of info in it. The outer galactic torus is elegant, simple, and refined. Once you start moving into that higher wisdom, kind of pulls it together. So we wanted you to have a understanding of your amazing ability, your ability to create, your ability to create even more magnificence and benevolence in the future, and your ability to attune in so many greater ways to your earth, your spiritual alignment to the Creator, and your spiritual alignment to the creative healing force and evolutionary force of your planetary system, because those are all increasing. We wish you peace in all you do. We wish you benevolence in all you create. And we wish you greater understanding of how magnificent you are and how connected you are to everything and everyone. Peace be with you, and we bid you adieu.